It was just another quiet morning at the coffee shop. An elderly man sat alone, sipping his usual black coffee, when he noticed a young man hesitating at the counter. The stranger looked nervous, almost embarrassed. Without a second thought, the old man made a simple decision, one he never imagined would change his life forever. What happened the next day left him completely speechless. Stay with us for an incredible story of kindness, fate, and an unbelievable twist. Walter was an 80-year-old retired teacher who had a simple routine. Every morning he walked to his favorite cafe, ordered a black coffee, and enjoyed the peaceful hum of the world around him. It was a habit he had followed for years. That morning, as he stirred his coffee, he noticed something unusual. A young man stood near the counter, staring at the menu but not ordering anything. His hands fidgeted in his pockets, and his face carried an expression of uncertainty. Walter could tell the young man didn't have enough money for a coffee. Walter watched as the young man hesitated, then turned to leave. Before he could walk away, Walter called out to the barista, "Get him whatever he wants. On me." The barista smiled and nodded. "Are you sure, sir?" Walter simply waved his hand. "Just add it to my bill." The young man turned back, surprised. "Sir, you don't have to do that," he said softly. Walter just smiled. "It's just a coffee, son. Enjoy it." The young man hesitated, then nodded gratefully. "Thank you. Really." He took the coffee, sat for a moment, and then left without saying much else. Walter thought nothing of it. To him it was just another small act of kindness, but little did he know, the next day would bring a surprise he never expected. The next morning, Walter followed his usual routine. He had just finished breakfast when he heard a knock on his front door. Confused, he slowly walked over and opened it. Standing there was the young man from the cafe, but this time he wasn't alone. Behind him stood two well-dressed men in suits, their expressions serious yet respectful. Walter raised an eyebrow. "Can I help you, son?" The young man smiled. "Actually, sir, I'm here to thank you, and to tell you something important." Walter stepped aside, letting them in. The young man took a deep breath and continued. "My name is Daniel. Yesterday, when you bought me that coffee, you didn't know who I was, but I'm the CEO of Langley Enterprises. My father built the company, but I started at the bottom, working hard to prove myself." Walter's eyes widened. "Langley Enterprises? The multi-million-dollar firm?" Daniel nodded. "That's right. I was testing something yesterday. I went out without my wallet, just to see how people would react. And you showed kindness without expecting anything in return." Walter chuckled, shaking his head. "Son, I wasn't trying to pass a test. I just wanted to help someone who needed it." Daniel smiled. "I know, and that's exactly why I'm here. You see, my company has been searching for people who truly embody generosity and integrity. Yesterday, I found one." Walter stared at him, confused. "What are you saying, son?" Daniel reached into his pocket and pulled out an envelope. "I want to personally thank you, and I want to offer you something that might change your life." Walter hesitated before taking the envelope. Inside was a check for $100,000. His hands trembled. "Oh my, I can't accept this." Daniel shook his head. "It's not charity. It's a gift for a man who deserves it. And there's more." He placed another envelope on the table. "Inside this is an invitation. I'd like to offer you a position on our board of community advisors. We need people like you, people who remind us of the value of kindness." Walter was at a loss for words. "Son, I'm just a retired teacher. I don't know the first thing about business." Daniel smiled. "You know about people, and that's more valuable than anything money can buy." Tears welled up in Walter's eyes. In his long life, he had never expected something like this to happen, all from a simple cup of coffee. Walter never expected that one small act of kindness would come back to him in such a life-changing way. But that's the thing about kindness. It has a way of coming full circle. So the next time you have the chance to help someone, remember, one small gesture could change everything. Because sometimes, the simplest things make the biggest impact. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible real-life stories. What would you do if you were in Walter's shoes? Let us know in the comments below.